Hi there, my lovely and amazing Minimester folks. All right, so it is after spring break. We have completed the first half of the course, and now the second half is going to go very quickly. So, what I want you to be aware of for this week is as you are learning a little bit more about rhetoric, you're going to read some multimodal rhetoric pieces, finding rhetoric in the wild, and then you're going to see some final exam expectations. Um, so the pieces that you have here, you've got rhetorical situations and the Norton Guide, field guide for writing, and then the context of thank you for arguing. And so this piece that I'm going to show you a little bit about multimodal rhetoric on this lecture, but I have an additional lecture, as you can see, kind of down below here. And so this is old. I recorded it a couple of years ago, but it's still fairly relevant because it is information on the rhetorical situation. And so also, just so that you know, there are two rhetoric activities for the week. So you're focusing in on like rhetoric that you see in the wild, and then Barbie, and analyzing a speech from Barbie. So this week, you're going to have your second core essay, which is going to be the Space Cat one pager and Précis, which is going to be associated with Space Cat down below. Okay. So as you scroll down here, this is the lecture on Space Cat and the rhetorical situation. And then you also have Stranger Things lesson on the rhetorical Précis, which I'll show you here momentarily. And then I've got the slides attached. So the one pager. So after we go over rhetoric and all of the things for the week, I've got the rhetoric readings. Once you go through those, you're going to do Space Cat annotations, focusing on rhetoric in the real life. And your core assignment is going to be the rhetorical one pager and Précis. So in this regard, I want you to open up that one pager instructions right here. Okay, so these are so much fun to do. You're going to really enjoy them. The first thing I want you to do is pick a medium, like if you want it to be on paper, like physical, or if you'd like it to be a digital piece. Either one will work for this. You just have to have a file of some sort. So the space rhetorical analysis is this is where you're going to do a one page like visual analysis of a speech that is focused in on space speaker, purpose, audience, context, exigence, choices, appeals, and tone. And so if you watch the Space Cat lecture, you'll see that there's more detail about how to look for all of those things in your the pieces that you're interacting with. So you're going to pick a speech. And so the speeches are all linked down below. I've got choices for the speeches. And then I've got examples to help you. But right here, what I want you to see is that here are the components. So you're going to have a physical, or it doesn't have to be physical, a visual analysis of rhetoric here. So you've got two quotations from the piece, a rhetorical Précis paragraph, which I'll go over momentarily, and then your essential rhetorical choices that are around the images. So what does something like this look like? Well, so you're going to have all those speeches that you have as options, but way down at the bottom of the document, I have examples. So these are mostly physical examples. I do have some examples that are digital as well. So if you're interested in those, feel free to contact me and I'll provide those for you. But they're basically a way to like do a visual kind of like rhetorical analysis breakdown of a text. And then you're going to add something called a Précis. And so a Précis So sorry. Trying to get this to come down. Fine. Okay, here we go. So here's the template that you're going to use for your précis. So this is going to be the structure of the rhetorical précis, which is the writing paragraph about the rhetorical elements in a piece of writing. So what does that mean? An example rhetorical précis. I've got some additional ones here, but this is an example. So in the passionately delivered and revolutionary song My Shot from the Broadway musical Hamilton, Alexander Hamilton establishes emotional investment with his audience through repetition, chiasmus, and rap allusions to unify the people to revolt against the British government. So this is a very detailed thesis, but it does establish like the claim of a piece. And then as you see, like it goes into specific examples of like repetition, and then it uses specifics like chiasmus, and then also like rap allusions, and it's like a summary of like why the piece is rhetorically effective. And so that is what you're doing for your Space Cat 1 pager. So it's a lot in 1 week to kind of process through, but since we are moving a lot quicker now, I want you to just kind of breathe through and also know that like we're getting close to the end. So as we're approaching the end, it's gonna get a little faster, but you guys are more than capable of getting all of this like processed. And also, if you need, reach out to me. We can have a conversation about this to try to help you understand that in more detail. Okay. So I have some other examples here of multimodal rhetoric, which is rhetoric when you're looking at like visuals or like pieces, gestures, sounds. And then I also have a Bad Bunny rhetorical analysis to help walk you through the process. And then here are the rhetoric readings from the Norton to help support your understanding of rhetoric if some of these things have not made it as clear for you. So I look forward to seeing your one pagers and your précis this weekend, and reach out to me if you've got any questions on how to approach it or if you need guidance. Okay, thank you. Good night.